what
When
it
did you
is.
get here? You come around. You don't even come around until we have a big announcement.
Well,
Isn't that
don't be
something?
like that.
We don't. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
It's not my choice.
So watch out for brother like you, man. Showing up. I can send you an invitation. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. They recognize you. We're a tall kind of group. Hey, when there's change in the corporation, no matter what it is, there's always some concern about us, about me, about my status and everything. Do you worry about that at all? The change coming with ownership?
No, the longer I'm in this, the more I'm concerned about other people. I've been in the league for a while now, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I have made a lot of money, and I have been able to take care of my family. I'm more concerned with Brian Gates with triplets and James Borrego with his 3 kids. Those are the kinds of things that concern me. When you're the head coach, I'm still concerned about making sure Carl and Chris finish out the season strong as free agents, and Xavier and Chief and Gravis and Gustavo and Lance, Dyson, those guys finish out the season well as they try to carve out a niche for themselves. But my status is just not something I've been in the league for a long time. My last 5 contracts were 1-year deals, so you get used to dealing with tough circumstances. And like I said before, I'm very blessed to be in this position, and worrying about something like that I can't control is just not something I would do.
But I would imagine you and Dell speak on this. That you want it whenever you go someplace and start fresh and new, you want to be able to finish what you started.
Yeah.
And you're so early in the process here, and no one's saying you've done a bad job based on what you've had to deal with. You guys have done a fantastic job. But you want to finish the projects you started.
Yeah, but a lot of you can't control that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all you can control is how you prepare, how hard you work, and I don't foresee anything happening, that's for sure. I don't see that, but if something like that were to happen, man, I'd walk out of here the same way I came in, thanking the Lord, smiling, and thinking of how I was going to drive my wife crazy if I had to go home every day. My kids would be like, "Oh my God, this fool is going to be home every day now." and that's just the way I've always looked at it. Brett Brown in San Antonio taught me the best job is the one you have at the present time. And I take that seriously. This is a great opportunity for me, and I always look at it that way. But if change were to happen, as far as I'm concerned, then I'll be okay. Trust me.
Marty, how has it been for you that you finally got ownership? Do you feel it's going to be easier now? And kind of talk about what
My job?
Well, no, just all the uncertainty about not having an owner, mixed trades.
Yeah.
You go back on the gamut, but
Yeah.
does it make your job easier now that you do have an owner?
I think it does. I think when you have someone like Mr. Benson step up to the plate, I think it makes it a ton easier because you have some stability, you have a foundation, you have a bit of an umbrella that can comfort you from some of the storms that come without it, when you don't have an owner. So I think it can only be good for me as a coach, our players, and especially our city. I think our fans can commit totally to the team because they know we're going to be here, they know who the owner is, and they have a reference point, being the Saints. So they can look to that and say, we're in good hands. Yeah, I was, because I wasn't expecting anything. I woke up this morning not knowing much. A lot of things were discussed last night, and I was watching film and walking my dog and rerun of Law and Order. After I watched a couple games last night, I went and read my Bible and went to bed, and didn't think anything about it. And I got a call this morning, taking my daughters to school, and kind of caught me off guard. So I went from thinking about preparation for shoot-around and just thought about that for a bit. And I got back to my focus.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. No, from what I hear, he's in New York taking care of some big business today, so I'm pretty sure we'll sit down and talk at his convenience. I bought a Subway sandwich today. He spent $300 million, so I'm pretty sure he's got more to do than I do. So, I'm looking forward to talking to him. But I know that a lot of things have to happen. I got to focus on my job and make sure that we're ready to play tonight. And that's my focus right now.
Do you have any thoughts on the ownership situation? I know it was hard for you to talk about when the NBA owned the team, but
I'm excited that we have a new owner. I'm not sure what kind of effect it's going to have on us as players or coaches, but it's exciting to have new ownership and then have us stay here in New Orleans. Good city, great crowd. Can't complain, really.
From a player standpoint, the last year and a half, when there hasn't been an owner, when it's been the NBA's team, does that have any effect on you from preparation or mental? Or?
Not really. It gets kind of crazy when people ask you, "Oh, I heard that there's going to be new ownership," and now that's been an ongoing battle all year. It seems like, they're going to have new ownership in a couple weeks. So a couple weeks go by, a month goes by, a whole season goes by, and finally we get a new owner, and it's a great feeling to know that we're going to be in this city. It's a great feeling that we have somebody who wants to keep us here, and hopefully it'll be a good situation.
well, in the off season, I talked to David, and he said when he signed with Indiana, and he's like, I don't want to play for a team that doesn't have an owner.
Yeah. It's crazy because you never know if you're going to be in this city or they get a new owner and they ship us off to, I don't know, one of the places that they had talked about, St. Louis or Anaheim or wherever, Kansas City. So it's tough to be in a situation like that.
But also, maybe attracting free agents will be easier now that.
Yeah, now that we know that we're going to be here and we can bring in a nice fan base, I think it'll be good for us as an organization as a whole.
Have you ever been to a Saints game?
I have not. The only time I've been to the Superdome was actually to watch the championship game.
Final Four.
Yeah, ironically a basketball game. So now I'm looking to get to a Saints game this next year.
Do you know anything about Tom Benson?
I do not. I know that he's the owner of the Saints, and that's about it.
And the owner of the Hornets now?
And owner of the Hornets, that's it.
Well, how do you see the Saints as a pro sports franchise?
They're going through some tough times right now. I know it's hard on them with the whole coaching situation, but I think as an organization they'll get through it. It's a rough time right now, but I think they'll weather the storm. This New Orleans City has weathered many storms, and I think they'll bounce back from it.
Well, they've been in the playoffs 4 out of 6 years, won a championship. So you see that happen. They were a laughing stock for the first 20 years of existence, but since he's on the team, they've been in the playoffs more than a handful of times and won a title. So
I'm hoping that they get Drew Brees back.
Well, they're going to get him back too.
That's a big pivotal part of that team right
They're
there.
going. They'll get him back.
Hopefully.
It's just
Just a matter of time.
a matter of time. Yeah. A matter of time and money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. So, but does that give you hope that this team will have the same kind of resources?
Oh yeah. It's great how they have this city behind them, and hopefully we'll have the city behind us as well.
Okay, cool question. What's your initial reaction to hearing that Tom Benson's going to buy the Hornets?
It's big time. It's big time for us. It's big time for the city of New Orleans. And I think it's big time for our fans joining. Having the owner be the Saints, and now also the Hornets. I think it'll bring the fans closer together. This is mostly historically a football city, so I think that both teams under the same ownership. I think that'll help our fan base as well as bring the city.
Did you follow it at all? The story.
The story of how
especially recently in terms of what's been developing. And was there a sense of anxiety among the players, or was it kind of just go about your business?
Me personally, I didn't really know much about the whole thing, but when I heard it, I was really excited just for I was excited for the city. Everything that the city's been through, in the past.
Do you have any thoughts? Any thoughts on rebranding? Do you like the? He says that he's probably gonna. It sounds like he's gonna change the name of the team. Do you have any? Is there anything that comes to mind right away that you're giving a good name that doesn't exist?
Off the top of my head, no, I'm pretty sure if I have a little bit of time, I think it's something pretty creative. But
You got nothing?
I have nothing right now.
All right, we come back.
Yeah, I think it'll. I'm just like I said, I'm excited about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to see what the name is going to be. If he does.
Yeah, and the jerseys I'm sure too.
Have you ever been to a Saints game?
I've never been to a Saints game. Actually, I have been to a Saints game, but it was in New York when they played the Giants. I was at one of the games. But outside of that, I've been to the arena once for the national championship. So
That's what everybody goes for.
yeah, that was the only time I've really been there. There was only for basketball there, but I definitely want to get a chance to see a game. I know the culture here is big time, so I want to at least have a chance to experience it.
Exciting, you know what I mean? They're talking about building a new arena and things like that.
Yeah, like just buying the team, having some stability.
Right. It's just, I mean, it's a good move. Excited about it. And just happy. Just can't wait for the future.
Have you ever been to a Saints game before?
No, I haven't. I want to, though.
Sounds like a lot of you guys are gonna have to get together. What's your take on the Saints organization? Just having heard about it over the years. Is there anything that comes to mind?
No, not so much. I mean, I've never really been there. I never really followed the Saints like that growing up, so I don't know.
Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your team?
The Falcons.
Oh no! Oh no! That's not what we want to hear.
I'll edit that out. I'm gonna have to say Saints.
Yeah.